How's it going, guys? A Dragon Star production here, back with another what if video, except this time I won't be covering it. I'll be handing the torch off to another YouTuber to cover this part, but I will be covering part 2, so make sure you go over to his channel to make sure you can see it. And with that being said, Drew, go ahead and take the story away.
After pushing out Gohan, Chichi's ki fades away, as she has lost too much energy birthing out Gohan. With Goku saddened that he could not wish her back to life, Gohan is now left with his father. What would happen if Chichi died birthing Gohan? Goku, realizing that he has no experience as a parent, decides to ask Bulma for help, but she is too busy to take care of the newborn Saiyan hybrid. But Dr. Brief says that he would like to watch him for a little bit. After teaching him some basic life skills over a year, Goku decides to listen to Dr. Brief's advice and raise his own son the only way he knows how, which is simply by training him. For a very short amount of time, Goku was doing basic training with Gohan, improving his martial arts skills, and as well raising his power level to 10. However, Gohan's first real challenge was him climbing up Korin's tower as Goku once did as a child. Goku was surprised and excited that his son was progressing so fast as he climbed the tower. Then after climbing Korin's tower, Gohan decides to drink the Ultra Divine Water, and afterwards he throws up, and does a little bit of sparring with Goku for a bit. Korin did warn them about having a baby drink the Ultra Divine Water, that it could be very dangerous, but Goku shrugs it off, saying that he drank as a kid once and he was fine. He calls Nimbus and they head out towards the lookout for their next challenge. Gohan 2 sets of Dragon Balls that were around after talking with Mr. Popo, and he also spars with a clone of himself, while Goku decides to go out and eat a buffet elsewhere because he just happens to be hungry. Kami steps out to see Popo, oddly happy that he asks Popo to explain what's going on, and Popo simply says that in times of peace he is happy that he can train the son of a man who once saved the Earth. Goku comes back with takeout and decides to feed Gohan some ramen. Kami once again offers Goku to live with him on the lookout, but Goku rejects the offer, saying that he wants to spend time with his son as much as he can. And the next thing the father and son eventually end up doing is to head out and to continue their training. The two would go out to the old fishing hole that Goku once used to go with Grandpa Gohan, trying to recall things, how he was raised by Grandpa Gohan when he was a child. The two were able to build a strong bond and much bigger, just simply growing strong together physically, but they also were building a strong relationship as a father and son should have, considering that they only had each other at this point. Goku and Gohan head out to the Kami house a couple years later, but Goku simply just wanted to go there for the food, since he has already seen everybody for a bit in this timeline. Before Gohan and them head out, they decide that they want to see Mr. Popo and Kami. Popo is surprised that Gohan wants to see him, and also surprised that Gohan offered for him to come with them to the party. Popo, being a bit shy, declines at first, but Gohan encourages him by calling him Uncle Popo, and making Popo grin a bit. He decides to take his magic carpet and go with them to the party and meet everybody else, since he has never left the lookout before. And as normal, Raditz would arrive on the planet searching for Goku. He decides to go flying over to Piccolo after reading his power level off his scouter, and simply just flying off after realizing that he was not Kakarot. As in canon, Raditz lands at the Kami house, crashing Popo's first party, informing everyone that Goku was a Saiyan. Popo asks if this is one of those hired performers that he keeps hearing about. But he is only informed by Bulma that she would not have done that for this party because Gohan is attending this party. Meanwhile, Krillin still gets slapped into the next Wednesday. And as for Gohan, he is nearly as shy canon and decides to confront Raditz as well. This is when Raditz would ask Gohan where his mother is, because he notices Gohan has a tail, like in canon. However, Gohan would reply that she died giving birth to him. Raditz then flashes back thinking of his own mother, learning about when Gine passed away on planet Vegeta when it was hit by a meteorite. But Goku cuts the moment by telling Raditz that he swears to Kami that if he needs to get away from his son immediately, he charges headfirst with his signature headbutt. But Raditz is too quick and dodges it as Goku lands into the ocean. He grabs Gohan and says that he wants to learn a little bit more about him in private and have some Uncle Raditz time, which Popo says that he is the only uncle around here, and Kami himself above in the heavens would say it too. Before Goku could get back up for round 2, Raditz escapes. Raditz learns more about how his brother was a failure, but wonders more about if Gohan's mom was actually a Saiyan or not. Gohan, being too young, says that he doesn't know, but he does know that she was way nicer than him. Raditz in this timeline is forced to remember his family even more. Although he didn't know him that well, he kinda wished that he did at this point, considering how long Gohan has known his own dad for. Raditz decides to ask the boy if he can fight, which Gohan says of course he can. So they decide to spar, and eventually Gohan learns his first Ki Blast attack, the Double Sundae. Raditz, thinking that he could convince the boy, asks him to join the Frieza Force. But before Gohan can respond, Goku senses them fighting, and he decides to grab Raditz with a bear hug. And he tells his son to get out of the way as Piccolo charges his special beam cannon. As Goku and Raditz are killed in rage, Gohan discovers a new form. He discovers Super Saiyan. Raditz yells that that's the legendary Super Saiyan, and Vegeta and Nappa, are you seeing this? Vegeta freaks out and says to Nappa that we're going to Earth right now. Raditz laughs and says that at last, we may have a chance to fight against Frieza. With this boy, and even more power that I have never seen before, or maybe these other stronger Saiyans can put you in your place. And he says to Gohan that he was a foolish boy as he takes his last breath. Piccolo tries to calm Gohan down, trying to say that don't worry, that there's Dragon Balls and they can wish Goku back to life, trying to calm him down a bit, because Gohan does not have any control of Super Saiyan at this point at all. In space, Nappa and Vegeta they talk about the things, and Nappa says, oh, they have a magical boy that can grant, and now they have these wish-granting balls. Vegeta says, I witnessed the future of the Saiyan race, and at this point I believe that Frieza was my mother at this point. I honestly don't care anymore. We should go to Earth to check this out, at least the boy. But how will Gohan handle this new power? Will Popo remain Gohan's only uncle? What will happen to Goku as he heads to Otherworld? Will Goku push Chichi off Snake Way? Wait a second. I'm sorry, I forgot this is some joke for another what if. But, which reminds me about something real quick that you should go check out. My what if that I've been working on called What If Goku Stayed Single. In fact, Dragon Star Productions actually voiced over the third part. But I highly recommend you watch parts 1 through 3. They're pretty short and they'll take you less than 20 minutes as far as I remember. But it'll be worth it either way because it's a really fun what if that I highly recommend. Anyway, to describe the what if for you, for people who don't know what it would imply if Goku's staying single versus this what if. It's basically a little fun what if, exploring a world where Goku decides to live with Kami and enjoy the bachelor life forever. No shipping intended for this what if. Anyways, I have been Drew from What If Universe, and I'd like to thank Dragon Star Productions for having me on his channel. Be sure to like and subscribe, and also check out my channel after this video, and subscribe there too if you feel like it. And anyways, we will see you in part 2 of What If Chichi Died Birthing Gohan.